I just want to introduce ourselves. My name is Kim Kerr. I am one of the league coordinators for Calgary Minor Soccer. And along with me, we have the other league coordinator is Rachel Hugh.
Hey.
All right. So getting started for tonight. So our CMSA mission and vision. Our mission is dedicated to working with our member organizations to develop, organize, and promote opportunities which allow participants to achieve their full potential in a safe, meaningful, inclusive environment. Our vision is elevating and uniting our community through soccer. Rachel?
CMSA values. Leadership. We provide ongoing leadership in the sport of soccer and deliver services in a progressive manner. Stewardship. We demonstrate fiscal responsibility, accountability, and good business practices. Integrity. We conduct all business in an honest, ethical, and transparent manner. Excellence. We strive for and support the achievement of excellence amongst our members, players, volunteers, and staff. Communication. We engage in collaborative discussions with our members and other stakeholders. Back to you,
All right,
Kim.
so here's our agenda for this evening. We'll go through player eligibility, team officials eligibility, rules and regs, scheduling and rescheduling, game day operations, provincials, CMSA forms and where to find them, insurance, upcoming events, and then an update on our Fields for the Future campaign. So first things first, ineligible players on a game sheet. 2 ways your player could be ineligible, either a proof of age is missing or their waiver is missing. So right now, when you do log into your team that have access, you will see either maybe the players are turning red, there's an ineligible beside their name. What does that mean? What does that look like? So it's going to look a little bit different than last year. Last year, I had it turned on where you were able to edit jersey numbers and you could see if their age was verified or not verified. But things have changed, and so I've turned that off. You're still able to edit jersey numbers, but I will show you what it looks like right now. So how do you see your roster? So your club should be adding you to a team roster using an email address that you provided for them. If when you do go and log in, you do not see any of these, the teams that you're supposed to be on, if you do not see those, contact your club administrator first. They are the ones that need to add you to that roster. If they said that they have, it may be an email address issue, a duplicate profile issue. That's when you can definitely reach out to us here and we can take a look at your profile. So you will log in on our main website, calgaryminersoccer.com, top right corner clicks login, using your email and password. If you don't remember your password, please just retrieve it. Don't create a new profile. You're going to go to your teams button, and then you're going to click on, if you have multiple teams that you're on, this is where it will show multiple teams. If it's just the one team, then it'll obviously only show the one. Just a note, I currently added myself, I have a Gmail account, team manager profile, so I am showing on a few rosters, so don't be alarmed for that. So if you click the team that you're showing, this is what it looks like when it first populates. You'll see the team names, your team of staff up at the top, and then your roster below. All right. Here it is showing my name in red. If one of your coaches, team managers, assistant coaches, if any of them are in red, it means their police clearance hasn't been updated yet. So please have that coach or manager contact us here. It would be contacting Laura. Her email, you will show it in a little bit under team official eligibility, but please have them contact her and get a voucher or a letter to go and get your police clearance done. It is of no charge. We provide that at no cost for you. It is good for 3 years. Okay. If you have gotten one in the past 3 years through your child's school or work that has a valid vulnerable sector search done on it, we will definitely take those as well. Okay. But it has to be within the last 3 years. So definitely take a look at that. If they're red, the coaches won't show up when you print on the roster, print the game sheet. So they won't show up at all, meaning they shouldn't be on the bench, okay, until that gets updated. Down here for the players. Right now, you're going to see the players turning red. When you hover over them, it says player waiver missing. That is going to change. Hopefully it'll change within the next couple of days. So it's good to look at right now because it shows you what they're actually missing. But also it means if you print the game sheets early, these kids aren't going to show up on the game sheet right now. Normally they're going to show up on the game sheet with an ineligible beside their name. But right now it is removing them off the roster, which is not what's supposed to be happening. We're working at getting that fixed. All right. So right now it is showing that, so you don't know whether, well, right now you'll be able to see that they are missing their waiver, but we're unsure whether or not their proof of age is completed. That's when you can definitely reach out to your club admin and they can help you out with that. All right. If you see multiple profiles, email me. I will get that fixed. Obviously there was an issue with this player, so I need to log in and get that fixed. But if they do not have a proof of age or a waiver, come the morning of, and it says that they're still ineligible. If you can see proof that they've emailed it into us or that they've completed the waiver online with that receipt, let them play. Okay, make sure that you cross it off and say sent in on the bottom of the game sheet. You can write sent in to CMSA on this date. That's so fine. Okay. Right now with Daniel, it's saying he's ineligible. He most likely just completed the waiver today and the ineligible hasn't been updated. Or he's missing a proof of age. It doesn't automatically update the second you can complete the waiver. It usually is the next day because Demisphere only runs that script once a day in order to update all of those eligibilities. Okay, so if you know and they prove that they did it, then please just cross off the ineligible and let that child play. We're trying to do our best to get everyone eligible prior to that first day. So you may receive emails from us constantly saying, hey, so-and-so hasn't done their waiver or a proof of age. You can send it to info@calgaryminersoccer.com is the best one. Everyone has access to it and we can get it done for you.
For the, what if when we look at the page, we haven't been added yet as a manager? Michelle, you need to contact your club. We don't add team officials to rosters. That is your club that takes care of adding you. So reach out to your club, let them know you need to be added to your roster.
Please review your rosters prior to game day and don't print all the season's game sheets the very first day. Kids need to get updated or whatever. Ineligible players get added and removed as well. So it's really best case scenario to print the first week. If everyone on your roster is great, then you can print the next week. Try to do it every, a couple weeks in advance, like at the most. But it's really important, especially the older age groups, to do it the day or two before. In case of suspensions, we do turn the players with a suspended beside their name if they're suspended. So really, its best case is to do it every week. Prior to your game, the day before, definitely you can print your game sheets. I will get to that. Should I do that after, I think?
Jackie, if I sent Laura my criminal check and respect gesture, how long until I can log in? That shouldn't affect your login, Jackie. That just means when Laura gets to update you, she'll take off the Enel. But make you, she'll approve you basically, but it shouldn't affect you logging in at all.
You would just still be showing red like me up here on top of the game sheet. That's all. If she hasn't updated you.
And then
She's getting through to them.
Yeah, Megan's asking, how do we print the rosters?
So I'll show that in a second. I'll show you how to print the game sheets. So when you log in and you see this, here you will be able to edit your jersey numbers. At above the rostered players, there's 3 dots. You're going to click the 3 dots and then there's a little gear sign. You'll click the gear sign and here you'll be able to enter your jersey numbers. If you have any issues entering them, it is giving us issues. They said it was giving us issues yesterday. If it will not let us save it, then I'm going to have to look into that. Right now, your club admins for sure can enter them. And if you are really needing it done prior to your first game by like middle of next week, if I don't have this fixed, you can just send it into info and we can get those updated for you as well. Your club admin can also update those for you too. But that is how you guys are going to edit your uniform numbers. Okay. To print a game sheet, you're going to go to your game schedule, which is on the left-hand side of your screen. You're going to click the 3 buttons. I'm going to switch teams. Right now, if you're U11, it's not going to populate for you right now. Probably tomorrow or Monday at the latest, it will populate. We have a brand new sponsor for our U11 age group who are going to be sponsoring our game sheets. So I'm just waiting for their logo to be added to the game sheet, and then I'll populate that into your U11s. But I'm just going to go back and go to a different age group.
While you're doing that, Kim, Samantha has a question. I'm on there as a manager, but I don't seem to have access to the game sheets. Update jersey numbers. Is there any particular person to contact to get this dealt with? So she has no access to game sheets either.
So if you're U11, that's the reason. If it's something else, it might be a duplicate profile with your email, or the wrong email profile is added to the roster. So you can send us, we'll give you our email addresses at the end. Send me a quick email and I can look into it for you. All right.
And then,
sorry.
Sorry, then we have Jen. I'm listed as a manager in Team Link app, but on desktop, I'm not showing up.
So Team Link is kind of like Team Snap, I'm guessing. That's totally different. Contact your club as they haven't added you to our CMSA rosters.
And then, sorry, Jackie, I wasn't sent a login, just create an account, ?
Do not create accounts. If they told you they've added you to a roster with your email address, you can go to our website, to Demisphere. You can click the login button down below where you have your email and password. Click forgot or retrieve account. Then put your email address in and it'll send you a link to log in. Don't create a whole new account because that just causes more processes for me to merge profiles.
I believe that should answer Madura's too. I just signed up as a volunteer, as a team manager, but how do I sign up on the CMSA website?
Yeah.
So that would be the same.
Retrieve your passwords. Don't create accounts, okay? That's the biggest thing. So here's a U15 girls division. So same process, different team officials. Please ensure that you have a role under your names. So it should be coach, assistant coach, team manager. Those are very important for when we start talking about team official eligibility, because the team managers have different eligibility criteria than the coaches and assistant coaches do, okay? But to print game sheets, you're going to click the 3 buttons beside the specific game. You're going to see a printer icon button. You're going to click that, and then you're going to export it. Once it gets up there, it's going to open up a PDF for you on your screen, and then here you're going to be able to print your game sheet. All right. Try using maybe a different browser. I'm not sure. Just try that. It should work, but definitely try a different browser first. Okay. After the game, all ages, U10 and up, please enter the scores after your game. We understand that U10 to 12 is no scores, no standings. Totally get that. But we still want the scores. We track them on the other side, but it's very helpful if you guys enter them all for us. So after the game is completed, when you go back home, go back to the same spot as where you printed your game sheet. Instead of a printer icon, it's going to be a little paper clip. You'll click that paper clip, a screen will pop up and it'll ask for the home and away scores. Put in both, and only one team needs to do it, but I don't care which team does it. It's pretty much the first one who gets there enters the score. It doesn't matter, home team, away team, winner, loser, it doesn't matter. Enter the scores. It will disappear, the little paper clip will disappear once someone does enter the score, which is fine. But as long as somebody enters it for us, okay?
Tracy, yes, you can write your jersey numbers on your game sheet. That's no problem at all. Mariana asked, will we be sending the recording after the meeting? The recording will be on our CMSA YouTube channel. So you can watch that. You'll just view it through the YouTube, CMSA's YouTube. What if the incorrect score is entered? When we get our game sheet sent in from the referee, we verify every game sheet that comes in for discipline, cards, etc., and scores are checked. Also, if you do notice the score is incorrect, it happens, just fire an email to us, let us know, we'll confirm it on the game sheet and make those changes if necessary. Then we have Chantel. I have an ineligible player saying the waiver is missing, but they have sent me the proof of doing the waiver. It's been more than a week since they've done it. Chantel's fire that off to that question off to our info box. We're working on that, multiple staff diligently every day. Put that question in there and they'll look into it and we'll be able to reply. And then Jim asked the same thing about the score. Send to CMSA if it's incorrect.
It's info@calgaryminersoccer.com. You have to write the CMSA all out.
Yeah. Kevin, you're showing sensitive information about youth in your presentation. Is this wise to put the meeting on YouTube?
I will get us to block it out. It's like
Yes.
literally, I am taking it down right now.
Okay, Jackie, my Demisphere account email seems to be tied to my son. I don't see the same screen. Jackie, again, send that into us at the info, and we'll get that sorted as well.
Okay, so team official eligibility. So it's really important, especially again, those roles need to be updated so we know who is who. For everyone on the roster must have a police clearance and the respect in sport completed. So team managers, those are the 2 items you need to have done. And you need to have those, well, at least started for the police clearance, but you need to have it started and the respect in sport completed prior to you being eligible to come and get a team official card and to be eligible to be on the roster for game day. So please ensure that you get those done. Respect in Sport, you're able to see, there's a links on our website under, I believe it's under team, under technical, and then coaching courses are all right there. So please ensure that you get that done. Contact your clubs. Some of the clubs do have coupon codes and everything like that for that as well. For a coach or an assistant coach, there are other certifications you need to have prior to getting your coaching card and being eligible to be on the bench. Okay. So this is also on the website as well. So it's different criteria for different age groups. So please ensure that you go online or take a picture of this screen right now and make sure that you guys are compatible with what is needed for your age group that you're doing. All right.
Sarah's asked, do we need a CMSA card if we won't be on the bench? Sarah, if you're a manager on the roster, technically you don't need one. We do encourage you to get one. If one of your coaches gets sick or unfortunately gets in an accident or anything like that, it gives you the eligibility to support the team if need be. So we do recommend it, but it's definitely not mandatory at a manager's level. Jennifer, do I show up at the nearest police station to get my clearance done? Do I need to bring anything from my club? Jennifer, right on the bottom of this team official eligibility sheet, you'll see a contact Laura Fisher. Laura is our Safe Sport coordinator. If you send her an email, she will give you the voucher and get you started. Once she gives you the voucher, she will make you eligible while you're going through that process. So directly reach out to Laura. Jim, what is the turnaround time for a manager's card? My police check will come in next Tuesday and I have a game on Saturday. Will I be okay? Jim, if you've started the process and Laura, and reached out to Laura with it, you'll be good to go. Like I said, she gives a grace period while CPS does your check for you. So, follow through with Laura, make sure that she's aware of what you're doing and you'll be good as well. Tracy, girls teams, if a manager and I cannot be on the bench, can a benchman be on the bench uncarded? Absolutely. Kim will get to a slide on bench parents and explain a little bit more on how that works, okay?
Fantastic. All right, so just a reminder, please take a look at this chart online and maybe print it off and give it to your coaches as well, just to ensure everyone is certified properly. You will be able to find a lot of our stuff on our website. So on our website under League, there you will find a tab that says League Rules and Forms. There you'll be able to find our CMSA rules and regulations, our team official code of conduct, our zero tolerance on referee abuse, and all the modified rules of the game. There have been a lot more added for the U10 and 11 age group. So please go and take a look at those. Rachel's going to link a few of them here in the chat
rules and
for
regs.
You. Yeah. So then you'll be able to have that quick link if you wanted to open those up on your computers there, and then you'll have access to them. But please read the rules. We really try to push that out, where I know it's big and I know it's there, but if you have, read through it and have an idea of it, it really helps out a lot. And that's where all the answers we give you will come directly from that rule book. One of the biggest things that we want to push and want to make you aware is the rule of two should be always happening. Now, this is going to apply for both games and practices. So if you're dropping your kids off for practices, please make sure that your club is following that and that there are two adults. One especially needs to be of the same gender as the team, but they need to have 2 adults there, okay? And on the games, if you have a boys team and both of your coaches are female, you need to have a male bench parent sitting on the bench. A bench parent is not a coach. A bench parent does not walk up and down the side of the field having instructions to the team. They're there to be there as another adult of the same gender. If you have a boys team and you have 2 male coaches there on the during games, you don't need a bench parent. Not necessary at all. Okay? It applies to all ages. Even U17, you need to have 2 adults of this on the bench, and one of them has to be of the same gender at minimum.
So Chantel, if the practice is happening in a public place where other teams are training, do you still need to have 2 adults with your team? Yes. You want 2 adults there so that, how do I explain it, Kim?
It's more safety. I would push it. It's best case practice to have it always 2 adults, one of the same gender.
It's protecting the players and it's protecting the adults as well. When a coach is talking to a player and the other adults there, it's safe for both people. So it's super important.
Teams are held responsible for behaviors of their spectators. So this is meaning the parents, you need to control the yelling, the screaming. There's a difference between cheering and coaching from the sidelines. So it's really important. We're going to be pushing this really hard this year, that teams will be held responsible for the actions of their parents. Okay. It may just some behavioral notices, bonds, and as far as fines if need be. In our rules and regulations books, that is where you're going to find the play-up rules. We have added a few new ones into that rule book, so please, I highly recommend you going and taking a look at that. We do have a chart in that rule book that you can print out and have with you as well. And if you're trying to figure out who you call up for play-ups, anything like that, please contact your club administration. They'd be able to help you out with that list as well. All right. If in there you're going to see new affiliated teams, that definitely just reach out to your club. Your club will know if they've used that for your team or another team, but they will have all of that information for you as well. We do have a new open rosters. It's open rosters for U10, U11, and now this year it's U12. Okay, that means within your age group, U10s, Dev Plus Group 1 can play down within your club, can play with the other Dev Plus Group 3, or the Group 3 can go and play with the Group 1. It just gives the kids more opportunities to play a few more games. It helps with small rosters. It helps to be able to ensure that your team has enough players for their game. But we want the clubs to use this properly, and we want them to think about how they're implementing this. So yes, in U12, a tier 2 player can go and play with, if their club has a tier 3 team or a tier 4 team. But we do want them using it appropriately. Okay.
Can you briefly explain the affiliates?
So what we're doing is there's a lot of smaller clubs that don't have a specific call-up based team. So if they have a U15 tier 3 girls team and they only have a U13 tier 2 team, technically in our rule book, tier 2 cannot call up into a tier 3. It has to be a tier 2 or a tier 1 that way. So what they can do is that they can send us, I think there's forms online, or there will be eventually for the clubs. The club will fill out a form and they are going to designate this specific team as their affiliated call-up team. So they are allowed to use those players only to the maximum 6 times, like normal call-up rules, but they will be able to use that team for call-ups for, it has to get approved by us. But that is kind of how we're doing it for affiliates.
And that'll apply as well as to the goalkeeper affiliations as well.
Yeah, that's the same thing. So we also have one for goalkeepers because we know it's pretty small group of goalkeepers. So they can assign a goalkeeper affiliate for a specific team as well. So then if it doesn't sorely match the call-up rules, then we'll be able to work with that club and teams.
Kim, Samantha's asking, do these are particular rules at CMSA where you can call across, does that apply for tournaments?
It will not apply for tournaments. Tournaments are you're only allowed to be on one roster. Okay, so just ensure, like, well, we can mix and match if it's properly done. But they will not be able to play for multiple teams in a tournament. No. It works for all age groups and tiers.
Chantel's asked if this works for tier 1 as well. I'm assuming you're, I'm not clear on what question you're asking, Chantel. If you could just elaborate a bit more on that one.
It's for all age groups. So they would just have to reach out. Your club does it. The team staff doesn't do this. Your club will do it and they will fill out the paperwork and, set out a plan with us, and then we will review it with them. All right. Age exemption on your rosters. If you see where it's red, and you saw right now it showed red and it had a little warning label saying player waiver not completed or something like that. Another one option, if it's red, it might say play down not permitted. That means that player is an overage player on your roster. Your club needs to fill out paperwork and start the process to have that approved. We do have a bunch sitting here. I think I have over 120, 125 waiting to be approved. We will have them approved before your first game if they get approved. But your club has to start that paperwork in order for it to happen. Field marshals. Every single game, you need to assign a field marshal to your team. You need to fill that in on the game sheet. That is really, really important. All age groups, U10 and up with game sheets, write a name. When my daughter played soccer, we used Team Snap. I know a lot of you guys use Team Snap. In Team Snap, you can assign duties to parents for every game. So we assigned everybody a spot, a couple of games each, and we all had to take a time where we were the field marshal for that game. And ensure that you go to your team manager, fill in your name. If you're a team manager, you can be the field marshal. You just can't be on the bench at the same time. The field marshal sits in with the spectators. You are in charge of keeping your parents, not the other team's parents, but your parents behaving themselves. Okay, there's in our rules and regs, there is the responsibility rules there that you'll be able to see, but ensure that you have that orange armband. We have some here at the office. Your club should have some as well. Please ensure you have that when it's your turn, and have that visible for the referees in case they need to see who's on the sideline that's acting as a field marshal. If you don't write a name on your game sheet for the field marshal and designate someone, it can result in fines, and you don't want that, okay? So please ensure that that is happened every single game. Teal shirt referees, those are our first year referees. We want to keep our referees. Don't yell at our referees. Pretty much don't speak to the referees, okay? It is not your jobs as parents on the sideline, as coaches on the sideline, as team managers. We really need to encourage these referees to learn, to grow, and that's what they're doing. We have tons of mentorship program. We will have lots of them out there, but we do need to encourage these referees to keep coming back, because we offer so many new courses every year, and they're full and they're constantly, and then next year we have to do it again because a lot of those other little referees from the time before aren't coming back, and they're not coming back because of the constant yelling, and they just aren't having good experiences. So really treat them like they were your own kids on the referee field, on the game pitch field, whatever, the field. Treat them like they were your kid out there, okay? It's just really important.
Tracy asks, when you say don't talk to the referees, do you mean parents, managers, coaches? Can you please clarify? So Tracy, you'll say hi to the referee as a manager. You'll hand them your game sheet. The coaches will shake their hands. It's questioning their calls, intimidating them, parents yelling from the stands. That is zero tolerance. Just think about the referee on the field, an adult referee on the field reffing a U11 game, and every time one of those players doesn't receive the correct pass or pass the ball correctly, what if he yelled at your kids every single time they make a mistake? That is the same thing we're trying to get across here. They're learning. So yeah, like Kim said, there's zero tolerance. Of course, you thank them for the game. It's the verbal abuse that needs to stop, or disagreeing with their calls, because they will make mistakes as well. So, and sorry, Leanne just asked field marshals for APDL. APDL, Leanne, is an Alberta soccer run league. So you need to go onto the Alberta soccer website and read their APDL rules. APDL is not run by Calgary Minor Soccer. So I'm not clear on how their rule system works. So just follow through with ASA on that. Kim, and just one more. Are we allowed to film another coach disrespecting and send it to CMSA? There is a referee abuse form. So when Kim gets to the form, there are forms to fill out for referees, and Kim will take you to those forms when we get to that page and show you where you will sign or fill out forms. We do have a referee mentor here in the office that will be monitoring our referee feedback forms as well as our referee abuse forms. So we would like you to do that, send them in that way. If you have video and he asks for video to follow up, perhaps so, but don't be sending them into our info. We want you to use the correct form so the correct people can address those situations, address them correctly, and fix the behavior. Sorry, on an aside, my son is a youth ref. He has been spoken to horribly. Is there a way to report the club or parents who aren't behaving as expected? Samantha, absolutely. As a parent of a young referee, we want to know if he's not feeling confident. We will, or he's being abused. We will have mentors out there. We have the backs of these referees, and as well as we do with our players. That's why we want our players protected. So absolutely, Samantha, just let us know if that happens to him or her, and I'm sorry about that.
That would be, you can use the referee abuse form. You can fill that out, and that gets sent into our mentor there. We do have a new rule in set this year. It is in our rule book. Anything new in our rule book will be highlighted yellow just for clarity. But we have it new. Any U10 or U11 team officials that receive a yellow card in their match will receive an automatic suspension. This is for U10 and U11 games. We need to stop the abuse on those younger referees. And so this is a new rule that's going to be in place. All right. So you need to let your coaches know this. Maybe print out that new rule that we have in our rule book and have that with them. But definitely just for awareness, this is happening. Okay. And then they updated a bunch of rules for the U10s and 11s, and I think 12s as well, I'm not sure. But there is a new retreat line and stuff like that. So please go into under league rules. We have a bunch of PDFs in there for you for your U10 and 11 modified rules, as well as the rules for U12 and up. Okay.
The U10, the link for the U10 modified rules I just attached in the chat.
Perfect.
Schedules.
Your turn, Rachel.
Woohoo. Schedules. Games must be played as scheduled. So if it's -30 out and you have an 8 o'clock in the morning game, I advise you not to reach out to the other team and say, hey, it's cold, can we stay home and we'll just figure out another date? That will lead teams into what's called a double default. You'll get double default and fined. So your games must be played as scheduled. We have the rescheduling policy. I put that in here. Referee no-shows. We did really good last indoor. I believe we had 2 games without referees assigned. That doesn't mean that when referees are assigned to a game that they don't get sick or family matters come up. So there could be a possibility, that a ref doesn't show up for your game. The game still needs to be played. So familiarize yourself with the referee no-shows in our rule book as well, so you'll know how to navigate through that if it happens to your team. Rescheduling. CMSA, we believe in tournaments. We think it's a great experience for kids. So we do allow rescheduling for tournaments. We would like the form submitted within 14 days. I have also attached the rescheduling process for you to follow through with. We don't reschedule based on coach player availability. So if your coach is out of town or you're missing a few players, you have to reach out to your club for support. And and you'll send an email to me. I do have some empty fields in our inventory that we do keep once we finish scheduling. And those, because we do realize how short it is with the facility space and being able to pick up fields when you need to reschedule. So reach out to me. I'll give you the permission to reschedule, the contact information for the other team, and then you guys can agree on a few dates. Send back to me. I will let you know what fields I have available for reschedules. They are at a cost, obviously. And I think that's it. If you have any questions on reschedules, just fire it off in the chat. And sorry, but we'll go to Kevin here. Kevin, team officials getting a yellow card, are they to leave the game? Also, is it the same if it is for something not towards the referee? Are you talking the U10? Because you don't. Yes, he's talking U10. So U10, that slide said they won't get ejected from that game. Does it say that, Kim, on there?
Yeah, so it's any yellow card. If you receive a yellow card in that game, I believe you will receive a notice from our discipline. Send us an email in our inbox for that, and I'll confirm that with our referee coordinator, but I'm pretty positive it's any yellow card given to any coaches or team
It's a game
officials
suspension.
within those U10 and 11 games.
Okay, so the cost to reschedule a game, we have an administration fee for $50. That is your admin fee. And we also, when we reschedule that game, that gets sent off to our referee scheduler. So she will put refs on your new game time slot. That's included with that fee. And it is the responsibility of the team asking for the reschedule to pay that, unless both teams agree. If they're in the same tournament and they want to split the fee, you also will be paying for your own field cost. Fields range anywhere from 170 to 223, depending on age group and facility. Again, sorry, if we have a tournament and have to reschedule and submit before, yes, you pay the fee. Can the rescheduling form be sent to info or directly to you? Please send it directly to me. Sometimes things get lost in the info. I don't spend a lot of time in there. So it will tell you on the process to send it directly to my email. If we just signed up as a team manager, where can we go to get an ID card? That is to our office here, Calgary Minor Soccer's office. You can come anytime during your regular office hours to get a card, as long as you've completed the respect and the CRC or started that process, because you will not get a card unless that's been taken care of. And one more, Kim, sorry, going back to the respect course, do we have to pay for that or is it covered? Right now, Kim, we don't sponsor, but some clubs do. Is
No,
that
some
correct?
clubs do cover it for
Yeah.
you, so that is definitely a question to your club. Some of them do have like discount codes and things like that. We were told yesterday it was about $30, but it is good for 5 years, just so you know. So definitely reach out to your club and find out that information that they will be able to give to you, okay?
Okay, I think we've covered all that. If you have any more questions or concerns with the reschedules, just fire me off an email and I can answer those for you.
Okay, so game sheet, game day operations. We've kind of went through a lot of it already, but just to reiterate, adding jersey numbers, wait till like Monday or Tuesday, see if you can edit them and add them in. If not, reach out to your club admin or send an email to our info box and we can help you get those done. Or the game of day, you can just write the jersey numbers on the game sheet. That's totally fine. Making sure you assign a field marshal that has an armband as well. The armbands we do have here at the office. Please ensure that your coach prints their name on the game sheet as well. So you need a field marshal name, you need your coach signature name on the game sheets. If you have players that are not attending, so if you have 3 players on your roster that they're all ineligible, they weren't coming this weekend anyways, cross them off. Any player on the game sheet that's not crossed off is deemed to have played. So if you have a roster of 15 kids, 3 of them aren't there, but they're showing ineligible and you don't cross them off, they're deemed to have played. So you would receive an ineligible notification from our discipline coordinator stating that you played ineligible players. So please, anyone that is not playing, you can please cross them off. If you're adding players to your roster for play-ups, you're going to write them, print them very clearly on the game sheet. We don't need the ID number. We need the first name and the last name printed clearly. So then we can go and look. Track your play-ups. You're only allowed to have 6 play-ups. The player is only allowed to play for your specific team 6 times, max. So please keep track of that. We also track it because if that you play that player a 7th time without being transferred to your team, it is an automatic game forfeit. Okay. That is for U13 and up.
Yeah.
Open rosters, it's unlimited. But anytime, so yes, U12 is unlimited, but as soon as that U12 player goes up and plays for a 13 team or higher, that counts as a call up. So you have to track it moving up. But within U12, within U11, within U10, it's open. U10s, if they get called up to play for a U11 or a U12 team, and they don't, U10s don't need ID cards. What that other team is going to do is they're going to go to our website under league forms, and they're going to print off a restricted movement pass. That is really, it's only for anyone who does not have a player card. So that's like U9s, U10s that get called up into U11s, U12s. You'll fill that form out. That form will get given to the referee along with your game sheet, and that will count as that player's player card. Okay. There's another form on the website called the trialist form. Some of your clubs do run house league programs. Those house league kids can give CMSA competitive league a shot. They're allowed to come up and play, and this is for all ages, so U10 all the way up to U19. Those house league players can try it out 3 times. Okay, so those forms need to be filled out along with us to send in with the game sheets as well. Okay. Yellow cards, definitely track your own yellow cards. It really is important for you, especially, so this is for U13 and up, sometimes U12, but mainly U13 and up, to keep track of your kids' player card or yellow cards. Because after their 3rd yellow, it's a 1-game suspension. Okay. After 5 yellows, 2-game suspension. And if it gets a little crazy and they get more than that, after 7, they are brought in for a discipline hearing. Okay. So it's very important to track your yellows. We don't get game sheets the next day. Sometimes we do, but sometimes it does take a few days for the referees to submit these game sheets. So our yellow card tracking might be delayed a bit. So if you're tracking it properly and good old Henry got his 3rd yellow, sit him your next game, because we may not get it right away in time for you to receive a suspension notice for that game. So sit him, cross him off on the game sheet, write serving yellow card suspension, write it on the game sheet, send us an email, and then we will apply that to the suspension. Okay, so it's very important for you guys to do that if you're in those older age groups.
So Amy has reached out. Does this apply for goalies in U15? Yeah, Amy, the 6 call-up rule applies for anybody. The goalies, again, if you go under our rules on page 26, it'll talk about the affiliated team and affiliated goalkeepers, but you still have you still have the same call-up as anybody else. It's 6 across the board.
All right. Perfect. Oh, pictures of game sheets. It's really important. Take a picture of your game sheet, but it's also very important to not take a picture until the referee's done filling out the game sheet. Have a look at that game sheet. Ensure everything is correct. The score's correct. Where he put the yellow cards, the little check boxes, if they're beside the correct names. Because once the referee submits that, that's the way it is. So if number 11 was checked off that he got a yellow card on the game sheet, it's submitted, re-enter it, and you guys come back being like, no, 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 it was number 9 at that game. That's the way it is. It sticks with number 11. So just before you take a picture of the game sheet, please just review it quickly, make sure it's all done, make sure your field marshal name is filled out, all of that information. then take a picture of the game sheet and just keep it for your records until the end of the year. All right. Moving on to provincials. So this is mainly for the older age groups. So how do I qualify for provincials? If you have a team that plays in U13, U15, U17, U19, those are the age groups that can qualify for provincials. If your team is in U14 or U16, this year you do not qualify for provincials. You will still have Challenge Cup at the end of the season, but you will not be qualifying at all for provincials. How do you qualify for provincials? So for those age groups 13, 15, 17, 19, there's two ways to qualify. We normally send 2 teams off to provincials per age group, per tier and gender. First way is to win your division. So the CMSA 1 will be the winner of your league. Out of districts do not qualify. So if you see any out of districts within those age groups and within your division, they don't qualify. So if you're 4th, you may still have a chance. Okay, so it's the winner of the division is CMSA 1. The next way to qualify is Challenge Cup. The top 4 teams, including the league division winner, will go and play in our Challenge Cup. The winner of Challenge Cup will be CMSA 2. If it ends up being the same team, it reverts back to league standings, and then the second place in league standings will win as CMSA 2. So those are the 2 ways. So biggest thing, out of districts do not qualify for Challenge Cup at all. Across the board, U13 and up, out of districts don't play, okay? If you do not want to participate and go to provincials, so if you're in 13, 15, 17, 19, and you're not an out-of-district team and you do not want to go to provincials, you need to let your club know and fill out our opt-out of provincials form. If I don't receive that form, you could qualify. And if you guys end up not wanting to go, there are really hefty fines for not taking that spot if you didn't opt out. So it's very important to opt out.
Kim,
Okay.
Kevin's asking a question. Can a U14 team still challenge for the Challenge Cup winner, or has this changed? It's in our rules.
So the challenge part of the Challenge Cup, that's only for a team. So if you're playing in U14, but your team is actually a fully aged U13 team that your club pushed up for developmental purposes, that is the only way that you can use that challenge part. Okay, so your entire team had to have been pushed up an age group, and the club needs to declare that prior. So I don't believe that happened this season for indoor at all. I don't believe any teams pushed up, but I can definitely look into that if you think that your team has.
So Cheryl, provincials, ASA doesn't let us know where they're being hosted until mid-January, sometimes early February. So we don't like teams. We want teams to go to provincials because they want to go. And I think that's kind of how ASA looks at it. That's why they wait a little bit, because some people won't go because they don't want to go to Lethbridge or Fort McMurray. So yeah, we don't get any information any sooner than we post it to you. Provincial competitions are, I want to say this 8th, the 9th of March. Kim, I'm not sure what the calendar looks like, but
no, I believe
weekend.
they're on the 12th of March. So that's when the dates are for provincials. So that's a week after we end our season. So Challenge Cup, I believe, is roughly around the 8th or so. And then we have our provincials follow right away. So really, you won't know you're going to provincials until like the week before. Okay. Um, if you, if you want to opt out, the deadline is December. So you
December
need to make
17th.
sure you have that conversation with your parents and then let your clubs know prior to that. I think it's just before the Christmas break. So like December 17th or something like that.
Yeah, it's the 17th by 1 p.m. on the form. For U12, can you still send another U12 or U11 club team in your place for a game instead of rescheduling? Yes, you can. If there are CMSA approved overage players, do they disqualify for provincials? Yes, age exempt players, parents have to sign off a form stating that they understand what it is to be age exempt. Kim, do you let them participate in Challenge Cup? Age exempt?
We do allow them to play in Challenge Cup, but you need to understand that if you're using these players in order to win, to go to provincials, those players can't participate. Okay, they cannot go to provincials.
Did you say you can send a whole team in place of an older team for reschedule? Yes, you can. So if U15 team wants to go, they're traveling off to San Diego to the Surf Cup. It's a tier 1 team and they don't want to reschedule. They can send their complete U15 tier 2 team to play that game on their behalf. It doesn't happen a lot, but it certainly has. Certainly people do utilize that because of the field shortage. People get very creative. So look at those rules and the rules will show you that you can certainly call a whole team up. Is age exempt the same as bio banding? Yeah, Chantel, we just changed the name from bio banding to age exempt, but it's the same sort of philosophy. Jim, sorry, can you repeat the reschedule again? Lower or higher tier 12 teams can sub
So you have to follow the play up rules.
Yes.
So you can't just take, so really like a U10 team, any of those groups, you can just call up if you have that same grouping in your club, you can call them up across to play to fill those rescheduled games. But you can't take like a U13 tier 1 team and go and use them for your U15 tier 4 team as a replacement team to play in as your rescheduled game. So you need to follow those call-up rules.
Yeah, just look at the call-up rules as a full team and in exchange for like an individual.
Perfect. So again, on our website, you'll be able to see all of the forms that we have available. It's right on our website under League, and then there's League Forms. There you will find everything you'll need to call up us. We have an alias form. This is a form that links you to a website that Alberta Soccer uses now for any reporting of misconduct. So anything that you find extremely upsetting, race, a lot of racial, anything that you notice that's extremely upsetting will go directly to alias. Okay. We have our player transfer forms, which is mainly used by the clubs. Our team official declaration form, which is also used by the clubs. Play-up forms, which we spoke of, the restricted movement and the trial list forms. Tier swapping. If you're finding in the after the first 3 games or so that your team, it doesn't feel like it's at a good spot where you should be. So if you're in tier 3 and you're blowing out all of these other teams, have a conversation with your technical staff at your club. Maybe there's a chance that someone in tier 2 has been losing all of their games and they're just not having a good experience. Maybe they'll want to swap with you, but that is up to your technical staff to make those decisions. And there's a deadline at the middle of December as well. So have those conversations.
Yeah, December 12th is the deadline. When you tier swap, also keep in mind when you tier swap, you take the standings of the team you're swapping with. So if you're moving up because you're dominating, and they're moving down, you'll be taking their standings as is, and you'll have to build yourself up or down depending on which way your tier swapping. So have a look at that rule too, but talk to your
Okay.
club, as Kim said.
Yeah. So then we have all of our other forms, our provincial opt-out forms, incident reporting. So that is where you'll see our formal issues and complaints forms, our referee abuse reporting forms, and the referee feedback. The referee feedback form is only for team officials to fill out. So that is who it needs to fill out those. But the referee abuse form, so reporting any wrongdoings that you see towards referees, anybody can fill those out, and that gets sent directly to our referee coordinator here in the office. We also have health and safety forms, so any return to play, any concussion, information forms, they're all there. One of the things, I believe that's the next slide, is Alberta Soccer Insurance. Please inform your families about this. Everybody that is rostered, they pay into having ASA insurance coverage. So if they get injured or hurt during practices, during a game, and they need to go to physio, they need to see a doctor, they need to have a tooth fixed, that happened during that match or that practice, please make sure that they know this paperwork needs to be filled out within 30 days of the injury. If it's after 30 days, nothing can be sent in. Okay, so it's very important to make sure that you get those forms sent out, and that'll come directly to us. The forms are on the website, but you'll fill them out, you'll send them into us here. All the information is on them, and then we'll send them off to Alberta Soccer and the insurance company. But it's very important. It's within 30 days of the incident. Okay.
Can I just?
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to jump back on the referee feedback form. A lot of people assume the referee feedback form is if you're not happy with your referee. That form works both ways, actually. We want to hear good things about our referees as well. It's nice for everybody to have some good news once in a while, right? So we would really appreciate it if the coach or the manager can fill out that form after every game, make a habit of it. If we have referees that are doing a great job, we want to recognize them. We want to be able to push the ratings up. We want to advance them as they deserve. And then our referees that we're getting some feedback that they're struggling, we want to get our mentors out and support them as well. So please, please, please fill that form out after every game. It goes a long way here at the office.
All right. So we have some upcoming CMSA events. If you have any kids that are in our grassroots programs, that's U7, U8, U9, on December 13th, all of grassroots will be at one location. It's going to be all at our Shane Holmes West Soccer Dome, and we're going to have Santa Soccer Saturday. In past years, we have Santa there. We normally do a food drive, a toy drive. We have a bunch of inflatables. I think one year we had face painters and things like that, but definitely it's a fun time. So if you do have a grassroots child, please make note of that, and make note that it is all together. All three locations are all together at one location at the Shane Holmes West. We also have our big Family Day Classic tournament that's in February during Family Day long weekend. This is a popular tournament. Please register early. If you
November
have that
3rd.
chat with your parents, it opens in November. Register early, especially U10 and 11 age groups. It fills up really fast. Okay. So it's very important. Well, I had waiting lists last year, like probably within 2 weeks. I had already had so many divisions on waiting lists because it just filled up so fast. All
So
right.
that
And then
That
Oh, sorry,
registration date for that is November 3rd, and March Mayhem is February 2nd when you talk about that.
Yeah, and then we have a tournament in March. It's a in-between season tournament. So talk to your clubs, find out on if that's something that you guys are interested in. Definitely, you normally register just as a team. Some clubs do register them for you. So have that conversation with your clubs. Once the website opens, you'll be able to find it on our website under events. There you'll see the tournaments, and the link will be right there on that page.
Registration day for the March Mayhem is February 2nd. That opens.
So we started our Field for the Future campaign back in, I believe, in November-ish of 2024. It is one of the things that we're pushing through to all of our families to please go to our website. Look at the information we have posted on there. We need more of you to sign up for our campaign. All it takes is you scanning the QR code that we have available on our website. And what it does is you sign up with your email, and it automatically creates an email for you and sends it off to our politicians. We need more space, and not just for indoor soccer. We need these field houses, these clubhouses all built, even for our outdoor season. If any of you were participating in our past outdoor season, it was awful this past year. Rachel did a lot of reschedules.
Over about 1,300 reschedules with weather.
It was crazy. We need these field houses built. And the more that we can push right now, because we know that these field houses can't be built overnight. We know that. But if we push and push and push now, at least it can be planned to get developed, get in progress, all of that. Rachel does deserve a medal for rescheduling. That's for sure. But we definitely need everybody to sign up. Have your family sign up. Have grandparents sign up. Have everybody sign up for this. And let's push this out so we can get more field houses built, more domes built if possible. Because that's a possibility as well. But we definitely need everybody to help us send off. I think we've only had less than 5% of our membership sign up. So please just push it out there. Have your whole team, your parents one night, scan those QR codes. And definitely, if you can all help us out with that, okay? We're doing our best to push that. We schedule with the fields that we have. We just don't want to stop kids from playing. And the bigger we get, World Cup's coming. It's going to make these kids want to play soccer, and it's going to grow, grow, grow. I will find it for you. They didn't put it on my sheet here, but I'll definitely find it and send it to you right now. Give me 2 seconds. But we definitely need you guys to help us out with that. I'll just put the link for our website for Fields of Future here, and then you'll be able to click on that and go in and sign up right away. And I finished the exact same time I finished yesterday.
Woo-hoo.
Not too bad.
Rockstar, Kim.
More questions, please put them in. We'll stay on to answer everything that we need.
Chantel's question here. Sorry, one more question regarding the affiliated goalkeeper, please. Can the designated affiliate goalkeeper play down tier 1, play for a tier 2 team?
I'm going to look that up while
It's on. That's a good question.
It is a good question. It's a new rule, and it's a new So a member club may designate one or more affiliated goalkeepers for the purpose of play-ups. Affiliated goalkeepers may be used without adhering to the standard play-up rules. Okay, all affiliated goalkeepers must be declared prior to the start of the season, and it must come from the member club. They're still only allowed back 6 games. So it definitely could do a tier 1 down to a tier 2 if necessary, or max 6 games, but it has to be declared before the start of the season.
Yeah, and what they'll do is when they send the form in, we'll look at their teams, and that's how it'll be approved as well. Like it's not, it won't be, it has to meet the full criteria to be approved. Okay, will we be sharing the presentation? I missed the first 30. Yeah, it will be on our CMSA YouTube channel, Calgary Minor Soccer. This video will be on there, so you'll get to hear our beautiful voices as much as you would like. Lorinda, sorry, you probably already covered expired team manager cards at the start. Where can I check if my respect and police clearance have not expired? You will reach out to Laura Fisher. She is our safe sport coordinator. She is working diligently trying to catch up on her hundreds of emails. Fire her off an email. She will get back to you, and she can let you know where you're sitting and what you need to get done in order to be on that field. Jacqueline, what level of noise are parents allowed when cheering? Good question. I've never been told not to cheer. Cheer respectfully, cheer positively, and probably if you're up more than 2, 3 or 4 goals, you might want to just be calm and cool for the other team's purpose. But that's a good question. Never had it. Cheryl, if you have 2 tier 1 teams, can you use the same goalie as a call up for 6 games as an affiliate player?
I think that's, well, if they are, the form has been filled out and they are listed as an affiliate player, then yeah. But if no form or affiliation has been declared, tier 1 to tier 1 cannot be call-ups.
So definitely check with your club, talk to your club about any of those concerns, and then also make sure that they've actually followed through before you attempt to do that. Just to clarify that that form has come in and been approved, so we don't put you guys in a position of defaulting. That's not our intent. So, I know you mentioned before, sorry, who do I email about the access issues on Demisphere? Kim, that's on the line here, is our Demisphere rock star. I put her email in here. Anything going wrong with Demisphere, fire off to her. Jim, are drums, cowbell, horns allowed to be used by parents to celebrate a goal? Facility rule again, Jim, check with your facility. I've seen all of those present at games. Again, cheering is great. Be respectful, be positive, but check with the facility. Maybe, I'm not sure what the new rules are with the CSA Dome, shoal dice, stuff like that, but definitely check with the facility on that. I see the team listed on my profile on Demisphere, but I'm not listed as a team manager in the roster. That would be, you reach out to your club. Would that be a club issue, Kim, I'm assuming?
Which one is it, the question?
From
Yeah.
Nina, I see the team listed in my profile on Demisphere, but I'm not listed as the team manager in the
So then
roster.
definitely your club just hasn't added you. You might be able to, you would be able to see it due to being a parent. So you might be able to see it that way. But if you don't see yourself listed as on the roster as a team manager, then contact your club.
QR code on our website.
The link that I sent, put at the top, it takes you to our website. I don't see a QR code either. They might have taken the QR code down, but there is, if you click that link, it takes you to the website page. There's a link there just for fieldforafuture.ca.
Thank you for asking me. Then that means you're going to go sign it. Thank you. Any more questions? Oh, thank you. Oh. There you go. Kim's got it in there. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for volunteering. We at CMSA appreciate you. We're here to support you. And yeah, thank you. It means a lot to the clubs as well. You all have great administrators at your clubs. Reach out to them for support. And we hope to see you on the pitch.
Yeah, to reiterate, thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it. You can always reach out with any questions you have. That's what we're here for. So there are no dumb questions. There's, please just reach out and ask. We're here to help. So we really do appreciate all you guys do to get these kids on the pitch and playing, because it's very important. So thanks for being here. Thanks for helping out. Thanks for taking the long time and listening to me talk away. But we really do appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. So if there's no more questions in the chat, we will sign out. So we do appreciate everyone here. So but our emails were in there. Always contact us and give us a call. Have a good night, guys.